Now we're back at home in Nigeria, where the Nigerian Exchange today brought together some stock dealers from mock trading in honor of the late Balogun, one of the founding fathers of investment banking and capital markets in Nigeria. The mock trading was attended by members of the late Balogun's family, as well as some of the oldest stockbrokers in the Nigerian market. Now, this is what a manual call-over trading looked like more than 20 years ago on the NSE trading floor.
Once again, we say you are all welcome, and I welcome the lion of the market too. I didn't know you were here, sir. Mr. Balogun, thank you for coming and for sparing the time once again along with all of the past presidents. Thank you so much.
Century. Signet. Metropolitan. Century, can you give 1 million to bank me? IMB is offering at 55. Century, where's your balance? An offer? 10,000 units. Who is bidding? You have observation. You have the floor.
IMB has been offering Nestle for the past 2 weeks, and he has never provided
information.
So let
Metro, 10,000 units. Home delivery. Home delivery. There is an announcement. Please go ahead.
And associated corporate actions. They have declared a dividend of ₦1 per share and a bonus of 1 for 1.
Who is offering? That I've recognized you on many occasions.
I want to buy now.
Then I'm looking at
1 billion units of FCMB.
1 billion. We're going to do with the mock trading, the Monday's trading day. In honor of the late iconic Nigerian merchant banker, Balogun also include personal experiences with a number of market top executives before the closing gong by the Subomi boys. Let's take a listen.
When I look at each of the family members, they have a certain kind of connection to our market. And on my side, my first exposure to the market was actually under the tutelage of, Mr. Balogun at CSL. This was from about 2010, thereabouts. I'm extremely grateful for that. But it was my first exposure to, at the time, we called him group chairman. And I remember being prepped for my first meeting with him. The first thing, of course, is your dressing. You had to make sure you're properly dressed, your tie was in place, your pockets were, and everything was fine. But you never quite planned for how the event itself will go. There's so many careers that really are plugged into the life of Otumba, and we're very grateful for the life that he lived and the legacy that he left behind.
He was the first private individual to obtain a merchant banking license, which led to the establishment of First City Merchant Bank. He was one of the pioneers who fought for an establishment of a chartered institute of stockbrokers, and the list goes on and on and on. But what stood Otumba out from his peers is that he insisted on leaving a legacy in whatever he established. That is one of the reasons behind the change of the name of the First City Merchant Bank to First City Monument Bank. Otumba Balogun wanted to leave monuments that will testify to his greatness far into the future, and he has succeeded in that, not just through the many corporate institutions and buildings that he has left behind, but also through the personalities that went through his tutelage and have gone on to establish their own very successful businesses. That also extends to his home front, where his children, such as my late brother Bolaji, Ladi, and many others that are here, are doing excellently well in their chosen fields.
You know, the man that we celebrate today was a doyen. I had a personal relationship with him. And he was very, very supportive and gave a lot of advice, always in the interest of the market and of the exchange. As you all know, he was on the council of the exchange many years ago, and has always continued to look out for the best for the exchange. And so it is right and befitting that we give him this honor that we bestow on him today.
Otumba Balogun always charged us to ensure that we uphold the virtues of the Institute, trust and integrity in all that we do. We had some moments with him, and they were truly inspiring. And I will say that the Institute, we were fortunate to have the last meeting with him February 10th this year. And he shared a lot of things with us, which you are all going to see and read about in the book that will come out soon on the history of Nigerian capital market, the authentic stories by those that were involved. You will see the videos, you will read the book, and you will be able to get a good answer on all of what Otumba told us.
My association with this floor really was made possible by the late Otumba. I joined City Securities, I think it was 7th June 1978. And of course, you know, the call-over experience brought memories, but this was even the second stage, because here you were using the official list. The stage we were in when I was Olente Lafa and Alhaji Yusuf was oppressing me was chalk and blackboard.
I recall a few times when I was still struggling to become a stockbroker, he will always nudge me on. Go and tell him, talking about Alile at the time. I said, what's happening? He has been a truly inspirational leader, and I say he's transformational because everything he lays his hands to do has always turned to gold. And we hope that as we follow his footsteps, as we recall his antecedents and his advice to us in pursuance of excellence, trust, and integrity in the execution of our business and wealth creation, we'll always have cause to thank God for that life.
They call the Shibomi Boys closing gong on the Nigerian exchange when the activities were done. I pulled aside Bolaji Balogun, the group CEO at Chapel Hill, Denham, for a few chats on his late father and the market.
This event here today was very, very humbling for us as a family. It was also an indication that the markets are one, and most importantly, that the markets are full of very, very good people. Because for us as a family, for a man who retired more than 20 odd years ago to be remembered so fondly in this particular way was really, really inspiring. And I think for his children, for his grandchildren, we all know that we have some remarkable shoes to fill. I think above all things, he cared deeply about this market. He cared deeply about Nigerian entrepreneurship, and he recognized the important role that this market plays in Nigerian entrepreneurship. For us as a family, this has been a big driver of everything that we do. It's about financing Nigeria's development and Nigeria's entrepreneurs. And we're really, really privileged, to be granted this incredible honor by the Stock Exchange, as well as, members of the Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers today.
Interesting, the evolution of the market over time. I'm sure the Shubunmi Balogun will be described as one of the financial services family in Nigeria when it comes from the father, the patriarch himself who passed on, and the rest of you members of the family. So you yourself been part of the market over time. What are the things you've learned going forward from the late Shubunmi Balogun?
I think if I could put it in a few words, it'd be a relentless pursuit of excellence. Everything he did particularly well. He did with great integrity. He did with great, preparation and precision. He did it, by always treating everybody well, both big and small. Wherever you came from, he only knew Nigeria. He was a Nigerian in every sense, and really, really blessed, by what he's paid forward for us in goodwill.
What's the moving forward statement for you, looking at the next decades of the Nigerian financial markets industry with Chapel Hill Denham, the FCMB Group, and a lot of other businesses that are within the Shubumi's family and what they can call the Shubumi's dynasty in the market?
Well, I think first and foremost, we're all excited about the environment of reform and changes that are going through our country. All of these are very, very tough decisions that needed to have been made by prior administrations. I want to commend the leadership of His Excellency, Mr. President. I think that the next, few months and the next few years, while they might be a little challenging initially for Nigerians, we're traveling this journey in the right direction. And it's an incredible time for financing and capital markets. I think we're about to enter a new season of opportunity. We're about to enter a new season of liberalization in the marketplace, and markets thrive in that environment. And we look forward to doing our own piece as, just one of several members of these capital markets, and hopefully we do our own piece excellently well.